My name is Mario Franco. During an emergency situation like COVID-19 or any other situation, and sometimes it happens, the students cannot attend the classes in the school, then any government, any authority need to create a continuity plan. In an emergency situation, every question arises at the same time, like now. Then a continuity plan is a very important step to be prepared and to answer to the challenges. In this continuity plan, we need to organize the system and the steps and the answers for the decision makers. We have to create an ecosystem who make comprehensive the different problems that the students and the teachers face. And for that, there are several frameworks, that are guides and recommendations we can use, and we will talk about it in the coming videos. One of the frameworks we consider for these continuity plans is the World Bank guidance on remote learning, special created for COVID-19. This guidance, and to give you an overview of the guidance, is divided in six sections. The first section is dedicated to the planning for a multifaceted remote learning model. Then in a continuity plan, we must consider the possibility to have a remote learning with different realities inside of the system and different challenges to face. A second section is dedicated to implementing an offline remote learning model. Then we believe some of the people involved, teachers and students, but especially the students, they will not have continuous internet. Then it's important then to guarantee if they don't have continuous internet, they will be able to follow the studies, to follow the subjects on offline mode. Then it's important to consider this possibility. The other section is dedicated to the broadcast remote learning model. Broadcast is not the most favorite one for this situation, especially when students and teachers are apart. Then they have to communicate. They have to communicate by internet, by phones, with synchronous communication. But in some cases, maybe very extreme cases, we need to use the broadcasting, television, radio, whatever, to be sure then everybody is touched. But it's a very important question related to the equity of education, and special this question is important when we talk about assessment, because assessment will put all the students in different situations depending on their tools and the technology they use and their capacity. Another section is dedicated to the implementing online mobile remote learning model. Then some will not be able to have a laptop, to have even a tablet. Then they will follow what they can by mobile phones, by smartphones, and this is necessary to consider this aspect too. Another section, sustaining a remote learning model. Then sometimes what is difficult is, especially if it is in the long term, we need to be able to sustain the model and not have situations where for some time you have a very good approach and a very good development, and other times this will be stopped. Or also it's important to be sure that the investments done will remain for a long time even when the situation will create these emergencies will be over. Then the last section will be delivering remote learning for different education levels. Then sometimes there are a possibility to solve the problem in several levels of the education, but it's important to cover everybody in all level, and special for students and teachers with special needs, they need to be considered. But the most important here in this section, this is focus on how to cover the first years when the kids are very young and they cannot handle all the time in front of the computer, they have other distractions, or in middle school or even secondary school with completely different problems. Even the teachers have different strategies. Then is important. These 6 areas, these 6 sections, is the sections covered by the World Bank. This is based on the last document published. They are updating this, but we keep looking, and I advise to go to the website of the bank where this is, and to look at that, because there are other the list of resources and other advices in different aspects. Special for decision makers, this can be a very important resource, which I invite you to visit. This webcast is part of the Sustainable at EDU Policy Framework Accelerator Workshop. And these webcasts, or this group of webcasts related to distance learning and education, can be used as a single model, or you can choose to go to all the workshop, and because some of the other webcasts in other sections will be related to the implementation or have subjects related to this webcast. Then this webcast is not alone, but you can go and see more and more information in the other parts of this workshop. The workshop itself is part of the Sustainable at EDU Policy Framework Architecture, which is a framework of frameworks to train and planning and implement ICT education projects in a sustainable way. Then please feel free to go to the website and to look at the different parts, different sections, where I deliver a lot of videos and also documents and links to implement this kind of projects. Thank you.